Look at you. Look at you. She's like,
What? I feel like being on like a what are they called when you ride the
the
bull?
bull.
Like that's what it's giving. It's the beat for me.
I know. Girl, don't say.
Girl, it's the beat for me. It is the beat for me. Hey guys! What's up? What's up? What's up? Listen, y'all. I love doing this show. I want to share something with you real quick, Twonta. You know, me and you was talking for the past couple of days about our brand for this show and the design and how we were talking about one particular design and then we scratched it with the other. Like we worked so hard, guys, on making sure our deliverabilities on the show is absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, we're always going to give you guys great content. We're going to always have special people on panel like the legendary Jules. She's about to grace her presence on the show today. Once again, yes. And but yeah, so we have a lot in store for you guys, a lot in store. So please stay tuned for that. Please stay tuned for that. But as I was saying, like when I was sending the team to want the new design edits, I was like, listen, y'all, this got to be right because this is one of my favorite. The Sister to Sister Connection talk show is my favorite talk show to do. And I just love it because this is not work. For me, this is not a show. This is more of like a conversation, right, Twonta?
Right. Absolutely. It is.
Yes.
It's a conversation where we sisters could come together, you know, and just let it all hang out. You know, there's no judgment zone in this room whatsoever because we all gone through something and we all going through something and we could come together and just share, you know, our thoughts and our hearts and just love each other, you know, and support each other as we going through.
Yeah, and be unafraid to talk about some conversations that we wouldn't dare talk about before. So thank you everybody for tuning in on episode. Oh, what episode is it? I think this is episode 8.
Yes.
Wow, we are on the ball here. And before we get started, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more next Wednesday during our on the panel discussion. But you know, this is season 2, and to keep the consistency going with the show, and also allowing us to always give you guys the best topics and the best conversations, and that's always the best guests, is that we're going to have this show be in position as segments. So this is season 2. Our last show for season 2 is going to be on March 13th, correct?
Yes.
And then we're going to kick off again for season 3 on April 7th. And let me tell y'all, season 3 is going to be off the hook. But we do have a Facebook group community, guys. So even though we're going to be on a 2-week break in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be still going live and doing different things. And we have an awesome surprise for those of you who are inside of our Sister to Sister Connection tribe on Facebook. So all you have to do is go type in Sister to Sister Connection on Facebook, and you'll be added to the group. And we'll talk more about next Wednesday about like our group rules, and just to make sure we have quality people in our community. So that's very much so important. So without further ado, I'm gonna have Twonta. Y'all know last week's topic was explosive, y'all. If y'all missed that, go over and check it out. Oh, those of you who are watching this on the YouTube, do us a quick favor. We see a lot of y'all on here on YouTube. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button, y'all. We want to bring this channel up. For those of you who are watching this on Facebook, go to YouTube, type in Sister to Sister Connection on YouTube, and you can watch us live. So make sure you hit that like button. Please hit it right now. And we appreciate all your likes and your love. So, Twonta. Go ahead, sis. Talk about the topic today.
Yes, we are going to be talking about make it last forever.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that, honey, because, you know, we have been talking about self-love throughout this whole month of February, right? And we know February represents, you know, Valentine's and, you know, loving your significant other and all of that. And that's good and glamorous for the moment, right? But at the end of the day, you know, what about us? You know, how are
what
we
about
loving ourselves?
me?
Yeah, what about me? What about me?
Girl, I like
You
your nails,
know?
honey. That orange is everything.
Oh,
I
I
got a
got
little,
it for the day, girl.
yeah, I
I
got a
got it
little
for the day.
pearl. I
Thank
got a
you.
little pearl.
Oh, I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Yeah, girl. I'm trying to get mine as long as yours, you know. Because I want that wave effect. When I be like, go on, you know, like, oh, I feel the wind. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Yes. And so, we are going to
Hey, granddaughter. Tanya, you might have to let her go put on some headphones on her because you don't know where this show gonna go, honey.
granddaughter.
You know we were talking about last week. Now I don't want to. Well, go give the baby some headphones and her iPad. But go ahead, Twonta. So the show is about make it last forever. And go
Yes.
ahead, mama.
Yes. And we basically, ladies, we are going to, but actually, if you have been watching our show week after week after week, right? And you have been taking it all in what we have been putting down. You've been receiving all the blessings, all the goodies, all the nuggets, and all that stuff. And you literally decided to, make things, make some changes in your life, really start loving yourself more, making love last, and all these other things that we have talked about. Now we want to know how you're going to make it last forever. How what are the ways are you going to keep it moving, keep it flowing through the course of this season in your life? Because you best believe, as you have made that decision that you are going to move forward and you're going to go ahead and do what you have been called to do or whatever it is, you best believe you're going to have some side effects. You're going
That's
to have
right.
some
You're gonna have some
people, some
hiccups.
things, some hiccups, some roadblocks that's going to come and challenge you, and challenge your temperament, your whole mood, all of that stuff. So, what are the remedies? What are the things that you have decided that you are going to, work on and be consistent about, right?
Yep.
And Leticia and my sister Jewel and I, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna share our thoughts, give you some solutions, and and hopefully that what we bring before, put on the table, that you guys will also pick it up and just add it to your list of to-dos, or what you're going to
Exactly.
keep your love going on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, I think it's good to start us off with the conversation of what kept us from making our love for ourselves last. And
Right.
then now stepping into the transition of what are some of the things that we're doing every day. Because listen, we don't want to come on here and tell you guys there's one secret remedy. And once you do that particular thing is going to change everything forever. No, this is like, we're going to share with you guys tonight what we do every day.
Right.
Okay. That allows us to make our love last forever. So I am now going to add Miss Jewel on. Hey, Jewel.
Hey, hey girls.
Hey, girl. Hey. So if you could give for a moment, just introduce yourself to the audience, those who are seeing you on the show for the very first time. Go ahead, sis.
Hello, ladies and gents. If you're out there hiding, my name is Jewel Kiko. I am a healthcare IT consultant. I am serving the physician private practices, upscaling their business, their technology, increasing patient flow, and their revenue. And I'm also a best-selling author. Still moving forward.
That's right. We're so happy to have you here. You're always a pleasure to have on. And anytime, those of you who are watching, if any of you would like to be on any of our panel discussions, feel free to email us at sister-to-sister-connection@gmail.com. That is our email address. So we will definitely respond directly to you. So as I mentioned before, let's first talk about, ladies, like what kept us from making our love for ourselves last forever. We're going to start with you, Twonta. Go ahead, sis.
Fear.
Yes.
That's it. Plain and simple. Fear. And, and it started a long time ago, honestly. It started when I was in college. I think that's what really triggered it more, because I had fear even through the course of my younger years when I was in high school and stuff like that, when I was, really, learning more about myself and the things that I like, because I love music. I'm a musician, I'm a vocalist, and all those things and whatnot. And so when I decided to really get all caught up in my craft. I was indulgent. I was loving it, and when it was time for me to step out behind the scenes and to really sing a solo or whatever, I was scared, but I did it anyway. But when I got to college, it was a whole different situation.
Another ball game, a whole nother ball game.
A whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't so much that I was intimidated by my peers. It was the fact that what was said to me that just shut me down. And that causes that caused me to not have confidence in myself. And that kind of just plummeted. It just went all the way down. And then, of course, as life passed on, I moved on with my life or whatever, went to grad school and, moved on there. And then I got married. And then that's when things really went downhill from there. Okay, I'm just keeping it honest,
Girl,
and
keep it 100.
Dealing with the verbal abuse and dealing with the mental abuse, it just really wreaked havoc in my life, and it had me to really second guess myself, looking at my mistakes, long ago. So I was just really, I was allowing fear to just dominate my whole life, where it put me in a dark space. In depression. And I didn't know if I had the capabilities of being a good wife or a good mother or a good educator or anything like that, because of what I was, being fed. And I was being fed with a lot of negativity. With a lot of rebuke and all those things down through the years. Now, I had the support of people, my mother and, my mentors and all of those things. Thank God for them. But they have since passed away. And so I really didn't have that, that foundation to actually, pep me up, if you will, to remind me of, the greatness that was in me. I had to actually learn that from God.
Amen.
And I'm just being honest with you. I had to learn that from him because I was so dependent on these persons. That was a blessing in my life, but I was so dependent on them. I was like, whatever they said, I took it by the letter. You know what I'm saying? I was committed to what they were saying, and I was just they was like my fuel to me, And once they had all been eventually passed away, including my mom, man, oh man, I was done for. I didn't know how I was going to move on. I didn't know how I was going to, manage to being a good mom, a good wife, and this, that, or whatever. I was so confused about my position of being a wife because of all the drama I was dealing with him and all the other stuff, And it took a while for me to really get to where I am today. Until God came to me one day, he said, why have you not forgiven yourself?
That's right. You said that before. Yep.
Yes. Why have you not forgiven yourself? And I'm looking out the window like, excuse you? Like, huh? What? What does that mean? And then eventually I understood what he was saying, and it took a while for me to really start to embrace what God had already blessed me with and what he was going to bless me with in the near future to come. So, fear was my medicine, but it was also lethal.
Yeah, that's right.
It was very dangerous. It was lethal. Fear was my lover. Fear was my breakfast partner. Fear was my buddy. Fear was everything to me. Okay. I believed what fear said. I accepted what fear said. And that's why I was so mentally in a dark space, right? Because it was a struggle for me to really start to stand out and really start loving myself. I was abusing myself based on what fear was saying to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping this is blessing y'all. I'm not just speaking just to be speaking. I'm speaking that as a message because I know there's a lot of other women out there that are listening right now that are in that similar situation that I've been. Fear is very dominating. It is very, very dominating, and it's very poisonous as well. And it can kill you. It could kill your dreams. It could kill your future. It could kill your current status in relationships. All of that. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God that he, kept me and he did not give up on me, even though I had given up on myself numerous of times.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then I had to start learning how to love myself all over again. Because I
Amen.
asked God to show me, I said, God, show me through your eyes.
Right.
Show me through your eyes.
That's
And
huge.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what he's been doing over the years. So this is a years growing up journey for me. And I'm still growing and I'm still learning. And now I can say that I'm more bolder and wiser. I have developed more. He has pruned me a lot and it didn't feel good, trust me. But I'm so grateful that I am not where I was yesteryear.
That's right. That's right. And there are times where we do go in and out that jungle, right? So just
Yes.
let's go over to the comments real quick. So LaShawn mentioned a point. She said, I've dealt with the same thing. You know, all of us as women, you know, we do deal with a lot of fear. And I believe that fear and guilt works hand in hand some days. So we're fearful to get out there, whether it be because we're afraid of what people are going to say, we're afraid of the arguments that may come up or the hard discussions that may transpire. So we give up. And then we feel the guilt because we're not getting anything done. We're not moving forward. We're not happy. We're not fulfilled. And all those things. And to mention what you were saying, you know, Twonta, about forgiving yourself is so surprising because I'm guilty of this as well, that we still think about the things that God has already gotten over. You know what I'm saying? He's already over that sin you did. He's already over that, you know, what's the word? When you step outside of God.
And
backsliding, you know, he's already over that part. You know what I'm saying? So, and he already knew that was going to happen in your life. He already knew was going to end up with that husband or that relationship or that job or that situation. And we got to take it for the lesson for what it is and just move forward from that. So I totally can relate with the aspect of fear. Because when you're wrapped up into that spirit, it does control. It does. So I know LaShawn mentioned that, and absolutely. Thank you so much, Pavana, for hopping on. We want to say hello to y'all in the chat. We got Charisse in the house, Tanya, Kimberly, and those of you ladies who are watching, talk about in the comments what are some things that kept you from keeping the love last forever with yourself. We're talking about you. We're talking about the woman in the mirror, mamas. What kept you from making it the love last for you? All right. So we're going to hop on over now to Miss Jules. So Jules, if you can answer that question for the audience, I'm ready. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say, mamas.
Hey. To Twanta's point, it's an excellent point, and it scared me, and how I transitioned to just coming to that conclusion was turning to God.
Amen.
Because I started off with the lack of control. And if I didn't have control of it, I didn't want anything to do with it. If I couldn't call the shots, then I step away, I avoid it, I procrastinate. If I don't understand or where it's going, I procrastinate. Okay. And that was most of my life. Even in college, it was like, oh my gosh, there's nobody I can turn to. These assignments, these projects, everything has to be done through me. And I have to be a grown-up now. So jump, make the choice, jump, and take full responsibility. And I think that was my aha moment in college. There was nobody to tell you to do your homework. You had to do the assignments. Be a grown-up. Be a grown-up. You can't call mom. The instructor and professor's not going to call your mother. He's going to call you. You get yourself into some problems. You need the attorney. They're not going to say, call your mom. Call your dad. But
you got to fix it.
That was the process for me, is losing control or not having that control and not having a plan. I had the same. My family was very supportive, but what they did not give me was the how-to. They had an opinion, but exactly the steps to take were not there. So I wasn't really sure as to how I move forward. It was, again, just jump. And whatever has to happen, has to happen. That included, my first job. That included, jumping out and just seeking guidance from others, because when you lose that control, that's what I did. And to this day, it took me a lot of time to get past avoidance, get past procrastination. because then I'm up all night long because I got to get it done. And I didn't have to do that. But my procrastination, I paid the consequence. I paid the price. You know, same with, my positions prior to, still positive. I would be up in the middle of the night, late at night till the next morning. I would work all the way through to make that deadline to the client because I couldn't get a hold of the control. I couldn't just put my head around it. So therefore, I'll wait. I'll get to it. Now it's just get it done. Get it done. Make the choices. I've aligned myself with God now. I've aligned myself with God now. And that was my fear, Twonta. You mentioned, show me or let me see through your eyes. I don't know that I wanted to. And I was afraid of that because then was I ready? I don't want to fail him. He knows who I am. He knows what I can do. But I was afraid of that vision. And I never asked. Don't play him. He is the ultimate. He is the omega. He knows already. When you say, okay, I surrender, I commit, he knows better than that. He knows it's going to take you a minute. That's why things take longer to manifest. He knows better. Okay? And I became very humble. I literally just laid it down. I have become so aligned. I talk to him more now than anything. I shut everybody down. I have no problem saying no. I literally will say no and keep it moving. I don't, have to go back. I just want to make sure you're good. I didn't mean to hurt you. No, I said no. I left it there. And I keep moving.
Boundaries.
And it's okay. It is okay. Because long term, we talk about making it last. That is going to be my position going forward. I'm not going back. I know what that was. That's history, and that's exactly what it is. History, no more. And I'm bringing it to currently. In this first quarter, I have not only got a new position, I have relocated to a different state, and I'm in the process of moving. This is only February, folks, and I'm not even looking at 2020. I'm now working with the government, DOD, Department of Defense.
Wow.
Something I never would have even thought about. I've been in healthcare, but now I'm switching to military.
Girl.
But that's when you, going to Twonta's point, when you ask him, help me. And literally I was on my knees, Lord God, help me. I'm stuck. I have nothing else to do. I have no place to turn. And I've always been told that's what he wants. He wants you in that space. Humble yourself. Really just mean that. Cry, whatever you have to do, but you have to mean that. And he wants you there because if he brought you to it, he'll bring you through it. I don't fear getting in trouble anymore. I don't fear something going terribly wrong, whatever. It's just, God, you brought me here. Casting your angels around and about me. Get me through this, please. Talk to him. No, I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back. And this is only February. So I know when you align yourself and you just move forward intentionally, consistently, as we said before, there's nothing that cannot be done. I'm no longer, lose or feeling I don't have control. I do have control.
That's right.
I'm 100%. Taking the control. Because I'm consistent with that. So if I keep it, it's nothing but positive. It's nothing but manifestations coming through. I'm not looking back. I'm not apologizing for it. I can't worry about everybody else. Everybody's not going to roll with us.
That's the truth.
You won't see these same people. You did not, I'm not going to say Corona, but you've had to cut people off. You've had to check some people and stay there, people. Don't go back. Don't apologize. You had those conversations because they were intentional. They were warranted. Move forward. Don't look back. Don't look back. Keep going.
That's a bad position to be in. And we have, that was just totally explosive because we do that a lot. We always, and you said it too, Twonta, how you had that regret. You had that regret. You carried it for years and years and years. Same thing with me. It's like you have that regret. You have that fear. You end up feeling sorry for yourself and you end up feeling like, well, this is your life and this is all there is. And it's just like, because you're always looking backwards instead of looking like what's to come forward. So I love what Kimberly mentioned in the comments. She said, I have fear of talking to new people. Or strangers face to face when like introducing my service. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself why you're doing this. You have a business or maybe you have something that you want to give to the world and it's actually going to help and bring an impact. You got to think about the destination more than anything, than the process. And once you fall in love with where your future life is going to be, I'm not talking about your future life as in 10 years from now. I'm talking about where you're going to be by the end of next quarter. That's going to make a goal that you're going to accomplish for yourself by the end of June. Right. And how's it going to feel to reach that goal? How's it going to feel to accomplish that? How much money you're going to make? How better your health is going to be? How better your relationship with your daughter, with your children is going to be? Like whatever that outcome is, and fall in love with that, and when you become more in love with that, nothing is going to step in your way. So I may not enjoy what I do every day, but I am more in love with the destination than I am with the process. I'm more in love with the light at the end of the tunnel than I am with the whole journey, so that's what it is. You have to focus on, if you really want to make a transition in your life and business, you got to fall in love with the destination. That's all you need to be focusing on. See, we're our worst enemy. We're our worst enemy. Worst enemy.
Amen.
And it can be a variations of many things. So don't backpedal, don't talk yourself out of it. Keep pushing forward. It don't matter if people don't even take you serious or not. It just really doesn't matter.
Right.
Absolutely.
And can I add real quick too, babe?
Go right ahead.
What Jewel just said about when we, what I had said about God, show me, with your eyes, and she said something that was just, to me, I think that stood out, because a lot of women are afraid to see the trueness of who they can become, because they are looking at, because they, we already coming out dealing with our imperfections. We submerged ourselves with all of the ugliness, right? And then when we ask God, we're afraid to ask because we think that God thinks like how we think.
And
that is all in his way,
And so once it gets to a point where we can't even receive even a good compliment. It's like when you and I spoke before the show, I spoke, we had a heart to heart before the show. If this was like a 2 years ago, I wouldn't be able to receive that. See, we get to a point where even when people are complimenting us, even when we are doing a good job, we can't even receive that. So we got to work on that first. We got to work on whatever's in us that's blocking us from receiving positive energy, receiving positive compliments, receiving positive milestones. Like, I used to feel so scared to talk about my accomplishments or to share my client testimonials until I traveled to Bali one time, and this gentleman said, it's okay to brag. It's okay to fill your timeline up with all your accolades and your accomplishments. That's okay. People need to see that. But I'm like, that's not really humble. And I don't want to feel like I'm boasting and stuff. And he was like, girl, you're using it all that boasting and humble word, you're using it in the wrong language. That's not what that is. You know what I'm saying? You are being humble by showing God that you appreciate all the things that he has blessed you with, and all the rooms and all the doors and all the places that he has put you on. And for me, that allowed me to open up more. Because you know what? Another thing about that is we're afraid of the hate. We're afraid of people saying, oh, I don't know how she got all that. I don't know how people trying to figure things out, but we can't focus on them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times those people will be our help, because then that's confirmation for us that we're moving in the right direction. So Kimberly also mentioned, she said, I want to pull up her comment real quick for you guys. She said, I talked to the first stranger face to face the other day. I was scared to death, but he listened and I did it. And it felt good that I faced my fears. It felt so good, y'all. That is great, and the more, okay, let me just say this. That is yes, I'm so happy for you.
Congratulations.
Yes, that's a muscle that you have to keep exercising each and every time. So don't lose that momentum. It's like, make it last forever. Make that experience, right, ladies?
Yes. Keep affirming that too, Kimberly, because that is incredible, and I've heard Twonta and Leticia talk about clients that they run into. No does not mean no forever. No means not right now. Guess what? There might be a time when you have to cut them off because truly they are not your client, and that's okay too. Let them walk away, because that trouble will resurface over and over again. You don't want that. Okay, but that builds you as a leader, as a subject matter expert in the industry. But don't be afraid of the no's. Keep those affirmations going. I got this. I got this. They will keep bringing those to you. Your clients are, if they're yours, nobody can take them away. It doesn't matter who else is in the room. They're there for you. They're there for you. Somebody's waiting for you.
That's right. And another thing I wanted to add to that is in knowing that you want to open yourself enough to speak to new people on a consistent basis, also be ready for the people who are going to say no. And, you know, and build that tough skin, because we're human, you know, we are human. And if we get 10 no's a day and all that stuff, we sort of like try to trip ourselves out. But that comes with the territory. That's part of getting yourself out there. You're going to have people that are like, oh, no, girl. And they're not saying no to you. She's saying, no, I'm really not ready. I'm really not at that transition moment in my life. I'm not really ready for the commitment. I'm not ready for the accountability. I mean, it's 1,000.
That's exactly what it is.
So many other things that has nothing to do with you.
That's right.
It's them. Your job is every day is to get in front of new people that wants what it is that you have to offer. That's ready to say yes, even when they're scared, even when they're, how this is going to work, but they know that they're ready. And that's what we have to do it for. And I always say that, you know, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to have that type of strategy, or else you're not going to make it in this industry, especially now in this day and age when there's so much people focuses online. Everybody's coming to online for different things. So if you don't have that tough skin, you're gonna fail. You just are, because you're so focused on the negative and less focused on the positive, right? So I want to talk about, you know, my whole thing that kept me from making the love last forever for myself was that I was heavily, ladies, let me tell you, and Twonta, you know my story, sis. I was so dependent on other people's emotions, and I allowed other people's emotions to control mine. So if my husband was happy, I was happy. If he was mad, I was mad. If he was sad, I was sad. So every day it was like an up and down. Ooh, do. It was never like this, you know. And there are women in my family that was like, I don't give a damn what that dude say. Listen, I'm going, or I don't give a damn what he say, bro. Bye. Okay, bye. Make sure you close the door behind you, lock it too, and close my screen door. Okay. I wish I could have that like I used to say, I wish I could be like a rock, just like my aunt. I wish I could be like a rock, just like my grandmother, because my grandmother played. She was like, girl, me crying, honey. And I was like, how can I get like that? And it's like, you know, I allowed so many outside entities to control my emotions. And let me tell you guys, I'm saying this so lightly, but during those, I mean, it was over a decade of that happening, that I felt like I was in prison. Not physically. I felt like I was in prison in my mind and my emotions. Like I felt a lot of guilt. Like, oh, if I do this, then I don't want to deal with the argument. So I don't want to deal with, you know, even if somebody made a little face gesture, you know, like I'll be like, oh, I'm going to do this, and they go, I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Maybe I shouldn't do it. Or you know, I would just explain my way out of things. So I would never make moves or never did anything for myself because I was afraid or guilty or didn't want to deal with what came on after that. Because my emotions was managed, controlled, manipulated, dominated by other people. Hands down. And other people's opinions of me was 10 times more important than my opinion of myself. So I didn't know who I was. And I'll share the story 1,000 times how, you know, once I got into the therapy process 7-8 years ago, because I reached the total bottom of my life where I went on to like full depression, full 100% uncontrollable depression. And I was like, I don't want to be this type of mom. I don't want to be this type of mother, because I've seen my mom try to commit suicide, and it was it was a struggle for me. And so it's like I knew what the bottom was for me, because we, you know, sometimes we mirror our mothers, and I was like, that would be the bottom, and I don't want to get there, so I need help. So when my therapist, who I still speak to today, asked me, she said, Leticia, well, what do you like to do? I was lost. I didn't know any clue what I like to do. I knew the things I desire, like I desire putting on makeup, I desire bowling, like that, but I didn't know what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I always seen a lot of women enjoy to do things and like to do things and knew what they liked, what they love, and they stood firm on it,
Right.
but I didn't. So with that process, I did felt like I was in like this mental jail. I did get gaslighted a lot. I did get love bombed a lot. I did get manipulated a lot. And to the point where manipulated into guilt. Like even when I was doing something positive, it was still flipped as something negative and selfish. Okay. So that was a hard battle to get out of. It took me really, and no. The first thing I had to do, I had to realize what that person was doing. And a lot of people don't realize this till years and years after. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of times, as we grow up, they say, well, that person's not hitting you, so it's not abuse. That person's not pushing you down the stairs, so it's not abuse. It's not manipulation. He has a job. He's good. And it's like, but I'm crying on the floor every single day. Something's wrong. And literally one day, oh my God, God is so good. I was literally on YouTube and somebody said the word narcissist. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like, and I'm clicking on, like, after I clicked on 100 videos of watching all this, I'm like, oh, I have a word, and for me, it was the best days of my life. I put a word to it. A lot of times we don't really know what abuse or manipulation or neglect is, or even when somebody rejects you, we don't know what that is because we don't have a name for it. When I figured out what the name was for that, it changed my life. It did. So, I had a relative that's told me years ago, it's good to love and appreciate your friends and enjoy the people who love on you and pray over you and everything, but you also got to study your enemies. Because when you study them, you know what to expect from them. See, in the past, I didn't know what to expect from the naysayers. Because I'm generally a kind, generous human being who genuinely never wants to hurt anyone's feelings. Never, like when y'all see me, when I do events, any of y'all ever came to my events, like we hug, we cry, like we like sisters. Forget about all the makeup and the camera and everything. Like we're sisters, girl. Okay, we sit on the bed, like, girl, I got my bra on with my robe, honey. Let's go, let's talk, But it's like when you're dealing with people whose full intention is to have that overwhelming confidence, that's overwhelm of confidence in themselves, and they really don't give a damn about how you feel or, all your mess that you're dealing with. It's kind of hard to process. Like, I could not process that. I could not process someone who is rude and selfish enough to make me feel like trash. I just couldn't process that. I'm like, because in my mind, I felt in my head that there's no human being other than somebody who is literally borderline a psychotic person that would do that. I worked around mentally ill people and things like that. So it was hard for me to put a name on a situation where you are dealing with mental manipulative abuse. But what's the terminology of that? How can I explain that? Because people were just saying, oh, that's just a marriage child. In a marriage, you're going to go through things and things like that. And I'm like, this is not, okay, it is a marriage, but is this love?
Yeah.
Because I want to be around love. I don't want to just say this is just typical marriage or argument. You know what I mean? So that was a transition for me, and I'm still getting through it. It's a day-to-day thing where there'll be days where I have that boundary over me where nothing negative can touch me. Right. And then there's days where I'll be like, listen. Go to bed. What?
Be like, is it Sealy from Color Purple? You put our finger there?
There be days like that, and I feel like this heat in my chest, and I have to hold my chest. Because I don't know which auntie gonna come up that I never met, and she was the crazy one with the knife. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a day-to-day thing with me where I'm going from being aware of individuals' personalities, and they have a personality imbalance, and literally when they walk in their room, the whole purpose is to lights, camera, action on them. And if it's not the light, camera, action on them, everyone else is garbage, and everybody else is mean, and everybody else is selfish. Oh my God, nobody, y'all all against me. And like, boys,
Eric, come on.
It's like you're dealing with a child, right, Twonta?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even say child, because our kids, rightfully so, they have tantrums and they break out of it. When
Right.
when
Right.
when the environment is more controlled.
Right.
But when you're dealing with a grown person, it's like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you just gonna walk out the house and act like you don't see nobody in here? Oh, just
Mm-hmm.
all these people in here. You don't
We're
see none of
invisible.
them.
We camouflage with the wall.
Yeah.
Then you're like, well, y'all didn't say hi to me. When I grew up, when you walk in the room, you say hi first. And it gets to the point where you're like, what is going on?
Yeah. And it messes with your mind.
Oh
It
my
messes
God.
with your mind so much, because you start second guessing yourself. Like, did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
Maybe if I said something that this would change his behavior. His response would be a little bit different.
Because that's their reality.
That's
what I had to realize, Twonta. Their reality is
that's true.
That's how they feel about you, and nothing you got. Because I used to be like that too. I'd be like, you know what? Let me go back in the room. Let me fix myself. Let me pray. Let me. Hi. Okay. Can we please? Can we? Okay. Like you come back in a different way, and it's still the same outcome, because their reality is their reality. So for me, that part frustrated me, because I didn't have a dad that was like that. None of the men in my family, none of the women in my family, like we had issues. And my mom, if she's watching, she's on here, she'll tell you, she made us all pray, honey. If I had an issue with my brother, she'll sit there. We there for 2 hours. She talking about y'all brothers. If I'm going, all you're gonna have is each other, F everybody else, and she make us pray. So we got through it. I'm not used to people holding on to things for 2 weeks. The fact that you put the wrong meat in, use turkey meat versus beef in the baked city, and they not talking to you for a week, like, really? So my emotions was controlled by that. It was absolutely controlled by that, to the point where I always blame myself for everything.
Wow.
Everything. Things that I had no control over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to turn around and take that enemy's word and be specific, because they're actually helping you.
Ooh.
I'm telling you exactly what is bothering me. I'm hitting on exactly what that issue is. That if you take care of that and take off of that, I've got nothing. I'm really messed up then. So they are being very specific with what their needs are and where they lack. So if I keep breaking at you, then that's going to kind of mess up your game. Listen to those enemies. You've learned something. Twist it around. They're going to tell you where their weaknesses are, what bothers them about you, and I'm going to really give you something to be mad about now. So thank you for letting me know that you have a problem with my broadcast, my active broadcast, my email marketing, my new business. Oh, stand back, boo. Let me really give you something to be mad about, okay? You just got to twist it around, because it's not even going to happen to me in 2021.
That's right.
But I just tell you, got to turn it to a positive.
And it's because that people know how to push your buttons, and you let them. It's hard to make your love for yourself last forever, because you're being controlled by the triggers. I had to learn how to control my triggers. When people know ammunition to use against you, like my ammunition is my business. So anybody in my personal life that says anything negative about my business, I'm on the floor for it, and I had to learn how to just stop doing that. Like, these are people that are totally outside of my demographic. They don't understand. I'm one of the first entrepreneurs in this generation that I'm in, other than my brother and their sister. But it's like, it's that defensiveness, that me defending myself, that will exhaust me every single day. Literally. I will find things to say in my mind. Well, next time this person said this, I'm going to say that. Next time the person, I'm like, oh my God, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It really is.
And so if you remember, ladies, and I'm just speaking in general now, like when we were talking about a couple of weeks ago about feel the fire. You remember that?
Right?
When we talk about feeling that fire. And if somebody comes in and starts to burn you out, you need to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because you got to keep that fire burning for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you got people that comes in and they start to extinguish you,
Yeah.
you know, you got to walk away from that. You cannot allow people to just belittle you or tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not going to succeed, that you're
Amen.
not going to make it. First of all, they are not God. Second of all, they don't know your story.
Nope.
Third of all, they don't know where your journey is going to take
And
you.
how do you know where you're going to end up? That's a key
Exactly.
thing you said. They're in God. So they're sitting over
That's
you
true. That's
and
true.
telling you what's going to happen. Like they're in control. Like, no,
Exactly. And we got to
ma'am.
understand that we got to be ahead of them. We got to understand who we are in Christ. That's the
Yeah.
key thing, ladies. You know, when I said, God, show me in your eyes, you know,
Yeah.
not only does he show me who I'm becoming, but he also wants me to know who I am in him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And once you know
Yes.
who you are in him, then you don't need to be intimidated by anybody.
Yeah, you got to know what spirit you're operating in. If you're operating in the spirit of lack, then you're always going to
Yes.
have lack. If you're operating in the spirit of
Yeah.
depression, then
Yeah.
you're always going to be depressed. But if you operate in the spirit of abundance, okay, and domination and
Yes.
success and confidence and all those things,
Come
that's
on.
the position that you're going to play.
Yes.
Let me tell you some place.
Yes.
I am tired. I was tired today, honey. I was moving around, moving and shaking, despite all the things I'm going through personally.
Right.
Because why? I ask myself every day, girl, what spirit you want to tap into today? I have a choice to tap into it. And and also when you have when you have the number of kids that I do, you want to make sure that you're this window to them of them just looking and figuring out how they're going to handle obstacles and challenges and situations. And so do I want to be the mom that pops off and I know exactly where that leads? Or do I want to be the mom that like my aunt, like, listen, I'm going. Like, I don't, okay, bye. Close the door. Close my screen door. Don't slam my door.
Yes.
Close it. You know, and that's just what it is. So that's the fear part. So now let's transition, ladies. Let's give the people on here some tips. We appreciate you, Michelle Bowman. Thank you so much for joining the live.
Hey.
Girl, Mavana. Let me tell you something about Mavana. Mavana is a true fan of the
Hey,
show.
Davina, how are you, darling?
Yes, she was talking about the show the other night to me, and she was like, Coach, I was drinking my water, and when y'all say something, I spit the whole water out onto the grandbaby. I was like, oh my God, girl, we hit it. We hit pay dirt. So thank you so much. So Mavon said, hold on, like, you know what is wrong, just talk to me. Yep. Yeah. I know what you're saying with that, Mavon. Like when you ask somebody what's wrong, nothing. And you know something's wrong, and that's another frustration thing. Like they just, whatever. All right, so let's transition here. So what we want to talk about now, ladies, is I want to start with you, Twonta, is what's some advice you can give someone? All the women on here, it's 2021. Next week is March. I don't know about y'all, but this year is already going by fast.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. And we're about to approach the end of the first quarter. And really it's about how can you suggest to a person watching how they can make the love last forever for themselves?
Well, I would say, I think we pretty much have been talking about it through the whole time that we've been on here, but just to, get it back into your noggin, ladies, don't end what you started. Bottom line. Don't end what you started.
Yes.
Girl.
Don't end what you started. Please don't.
Where is my church fan? Oh,
okay. What you work so hard to get. Because a lot of you have been wanting something for a long time, and you've been looking at the wrong persons to basically present you with what you always wanted. But the problem was you've been dependent on them.
Amen.
And not dependent on the one.
I'm all Pastor Twonta.
Come on.
Who has given you all power. He's given you all power. He's given you all the package. He's given you everything that you needed to get started.
Yes.
So don't end what you start.
Yes.
Don't end what you started. That's how you can make your love last. That's how you can make your empire last. That's how you can make joy last. That's how you can make peace last. right?
now.
Because you don't, you realize now what is real and what is phony.
Come on now.
You know who loves you and who who really taking that love and just really not being real with the love.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we as women, we, as I said many times before, which is true, we are sponges. You know, we absorb what people say. You know, we like what we love the appreciation, don't we all? We like to be appreciated, but some of us are really dependent on that appreciation. Some of us are dependent on that, on that support. You know what I mean? And all of that. And when it doesn't consistently last, we fall to the wayside. We're like, oh my God, well, where's the love?
Yeah.
Where's the support? I thought you loved me. I thought you had my back. I really thought that you really cared. And all this stuff. You got to stop relying on what people say, because what they say, it is not always true, because they always after a different ulterior motive. When you get in these relationships, you got to understand what's their purpose in your life for. You cannot get all caught up in all the presentation, because all that presentation is not 100% gold anyway. It's fool's gold. They're playing you for a fool, and and you fall to the wayside, and you like, God, why this happened to me? I don't understand. I don't get it. No, I don't. And then you start doubting yourself. Then you know that feel the fire, that passion that you once had, it starts to deteriorate. You know, and that's how it was with me.
Yeah.
That passion I had years ago, or myself being a professional, performer on stage and all these things. I pretty much let it diminish because of what was being fed in my spirit. That fear dominated and had me to believe the lies, because it's all lies. There's no truth in fear.
Lies
Let's
from the
make that clear.
devil.
There's no
Lies
truth
from the pits
in
of hell.
fear. Please leave that, ladies. Because somewhere y'all have some fears going on right now.
Girl.
And that's why you're not able to step over. You're not able, you don't want to, because you still believe in the lies of what that fear has been telling you.
Come on now. Come on now.
So in what you started, you went through the blood, sweat, and tear ministry. And now that you have dominated, you keep going. Okay? Don't let
go back now.
Don't let old stuff steal or rob your greatness either. Okay? You got to understand your greatness is a priceless gift. Okay? That God had already equipped in you. You didn't purchase that. He gave it to you.
That's right.
Because he already knows just how qualified you are, that you are able to handle what is already going on in your life anyway. You don't listen. If another sister came to you and said, like, girl, you just a week old, you know what? You be ready to take off your earrings and stuff. What you say? But do you know you saying that to yourself? Do you understand? You the one that's saying that to yourself because you do not give yourself the effort to try. Because you have allowed fear to continue to speak it over your life and tell you that you are not equipped, that because since you dropped out of high school because you had a baby at 15 years old, and that you 30 something or you 40 something, now you don't see that you are smart enough to go back to school, or you're not smart enough to start a business because you messed up your life, or this, that, or whatever. That's a lie from the enemy. And a lot of us are still sleeping in bed and allowing fear to rape us.
Yes, girl. Come on now.
To
Tell the
rape
truth.
us from our greatness.
Yes.
And you want to know why you don't feel so good when you get up in the morning. You want to know why you gotta keep going to the doctor all the time. You want to know why you got to keep on popping pills. You want to know why you want to keep on, why you keep crying, and why you just so you want to know why? Fear will tear your behind up if you don't realize who you are in Christ. Once you realize who you are in Christ, you stand on that.
Yes.
And you walk in your greatness. You walk in
Amen.
your
Every day.
purpose.
Every day.
And you continue to keep on starting. And you don't finish. Because even when you graduate to that level, you still got to keep on going.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You don't take a vacation. And God will give you the strength you need, right? To endure
every day.
all what you're going to encounter, because he already knows.
That's right.
He already knows what you're going to deal with, but he's giving you the power for you to open up your mouth and for you to speak the truth against the enemy, to let the devil know, remind him who he is and what Jesus done to him.
Yep.
Remind him that Jesus came to his house.
Yep.
And took
Come on now.
control and power.
Yes.
Amen.
So the devil has no power now.
No, ma'am.
But you've given it to him because you allow fear to come in and dominate your household.
So
get it together.
Yes.
Where
so
is
don't
the
end what you started.
Amen. Come on. Now, Jewel, drop your knowledge, sis.
Well, I'm going to take away some lessons learned, I guess you could say. I know what triggers. We all know what triggers that will sustain us. You know what makes you feel good about yourself.
Amen.
Stay there. Stay there. Don't make it hard. Don't make it complicated. It's not. You get in a good fitness regimen. You know how good you feel. Okay. You look forward to getting out of bed at night or in the morning.
Yes.
Putting on some makeup just to go to the market or whatever, or don't go anywhere at all. But you know how that makes you feel. Start showing yourself that love, making that full transition and staying there. Those small wins add up. Those small wins add up. You have to contribute to that. You know what those triggers are. I know what makes me feel good. I know the music, the people I need to be around, the food I need to eat. I know what kind of revenue I need to bring in. I know what kind of clients that keeps me engaged, keeps me wanting to, submit and provide content for them. You know these answers. You already know this.
Right.
But as Twonta said, as Leticia said, we do a self-sabotage. You're already knocking yourself out of the game. I go back to what Leticia said before. When we meet the Father again, I want my hands to be empty, not full. I want him to say, well done, not, well, what happened, Jewel? I gave you everything. I knew you before you were born. I gave you everything. You did not accomplish everything I put you down there to accomplish. I do not want to have that conversation, and I'm making sure I don't have to have it. But going back, you know what those are. Stay there. If it works, stay there. You don't give up on something that works. And it may not be today. You might have a challenge. We're not saying you won't have a challenge, but keep moving because you've already saw the results, which means you were there. Keep going. It does not. Everybody's going to meet a battle, and that battle is the closest point to your breakthrough. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We are here to prosper. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed about that. The Bible doesn't relish and hang on the word lack. It says prosperity, wealth. It says prosperity and wealth. There's over 100 times the Bible mentions prosperity, wealth, money. How many times does it compare to say lack? How many times does it say, sickness, destitute? This is not God. He wants wealth. He wants us in a wealthy place. And that means mind, body, spirit, our best. He wants us to be here to serve. I didn't say be somebody's servant. He wants us here to serve. Give us everything. Give them everything. I'm here for somebody, and I'm going to get that somebody. I pray. Show me who that is. I'm ready. I'm ready. Because if he's going to bring that individual, bring that opportunity to you, you're going to succeed. So don't be afraid to, if you're going to ask him, be ready. Be ready, because when you see him again, your hands will be empty because you've done it all. But you know what your triggers are. Stay right there. Stay right there. Push forward with those. And you will have the challenges, but keep speaking into an existence. Not today. Not today. Not today. And keep going, keep going, keep going.
Amen.
Oh God, I feel like hollering. I don't want to wake the kids up. But listen. Listen, y'all. Everything is worth it.
Yeah.
Everything is
Yes.
worth it.
Yes.
If we really see and think about if you know that God has you and God is keeping you and God is protecting you and God adores you, everything is worth it. You know,
Yes.
I really want to pick up where you left off, my sister Twonta, when you said,
Yes.
you know, I want to say pick up where you left off. Because a lot of us, most of y'all on here have stopped. Most of y'all who are watching did quit doing something, whether it be being healthy, getting to a better financial state, or whatever. Pick up where you left off. That's
Amen.
the best position to get started. So yes, don't quit, don't stop. But if you do stop, pick up right where you left off. And that's all in all. It's like making it last forever. You know, for me, it's keeping my eye on the prize.
There you go.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that's what it is for me. I'm so in
Yes.
tune with
Yeah.
what's going to happen when June comes, or what's going to happen when September
Yeah.
comes or December comes. It's like keeping my eye on the prize. It's like if you were betting on a horse, you're not looking at all the other horses who are racing. You're looking at the horse that you betted on. You're looking at number 7, number 6, whatever number that is, and you're
Yeah.
staying really focused on that. And people will test you. Trust, people will test you.
Yes.
People will try
Sure.
to
Yes.
get you off your track. People will try to distract you, and you know, it's just you just still got to keep that eye on the prize, and everything
Amen.
that's happening in your life right now is absolutely worth it. I know everyone under the sound of my voice, all you have children or somebody that looks up to you, and you got to ask yourself, how do they see me from their eyes? So I'm always asking my kids all the time, because I've spent all my life asking other people who didn't really care so much about me what they thought about me, that
Right.
now I'm
Yeah.
really focused on what my kids think of me. And so I asked my daughter, I'm like, do you think I handled that okay? And my daughter was like, Mom, well, you did yell a little bit and you was pointing your finger again, you know, you was doing this, and you know,
Kids will tell the truth.
I'm a little finger pointer,
That's
you know,
true.
and I'd
Yep.
be like, yeah, well, you're right. And that's not the right way to handle
Yeah.
things. And I
Yeah.
have to hold myself accountable, you know? And so
Mhm.
it's a lot of that, of making that love last forever. What does love represent to you? You know, you gotta, like, when
Yeah.
people tell us things, y'all, only time we should believe them is when they put action behind it. I
Amen.
told y'all on Wednesday, love is a verb. Okay.
Mhm.
Love is a sense of, it's an action. It's not
Mhm.
to me, it's not so much of a feeling. You know, if I
Mhm.
love someone, I'm gonna show you I love you. I'm gonna do it every day. I'm gonna show you I'm appreciate you. I'm gonna show you something. I'm not just not
Yeah.
gonna say it. So a lot of times, even for ourselves, we say, "Oh, I love this person. I love this person."
Mhm.
I'm like,
Mhm.
well, how can you love somebody that doesn't reciprocate it? So it's like you gotta keep it. Making the love last forever is realizing the people around you too that says that they love you. Do an
Mhm.
inventory of that. And it's
Mm.
okay to say, I know that you feel you love me, and maybe that's your definition of love. But
Mhm.
because I'm not reciprocating that, I got to build this
Mhm.
boundary with you because you're too
Mhm.
much.
Hey.
Mhm.
You're too
Mhm.
much. All this you're doing is just, it's over
Yes.
the top. You're just doing too much. And it's
It's
like,
okay.
it's okay.
Yeah.
You could be, you know, I'm at an age now
Mhm.
where I feel like I hit the middle of my lifetime, and I'm gonna go 40 more years
Mhm.
damn near ready to windmill somebody or get mad or be under the toilet crying. I mean, like,
Mhm.
no, it's like as you get older, you get tired of just repeating yourself and talking about the same shit over and
Right.
over again.
Mhm.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know, so I'm at a
Right.
point in my
Right.
life where I'm like, I'm gonna accept you for who you are, but if you got to accept my boundary, and if boundaries, if you don't, that's okay. So that's how I make my personal love last forever. It's appreciating myself enough that if I
Right.
have to show up by myself or do things by myself or move around by myself, I'm
Mhm.
okay with that as long as my kids love me, and through
Mhm.
their eyes they
Yeah.
see me as a great mom, not a perfect
Yeah.
mom, but a great mom. And I'm
Yeah.
showing up every
Mhm.
day for the women and for the people who do enjoy my content, do enjoy seeing me every day, you know? And that's what's so important.
Yeah.
Now it is hard, y'all. I'm not gonna come up here and act like, you know, I don't be crying sometimes and feeling like giving up and all that stuff. But I'm so in love, with the outcome, with the destination, with the big picture, that I just keep going, I keep moving, and nothing's going to stop me. Nothing. I'd said this before. I want to go to my grave totally empty. I want to be like, just put me in a grave like this. I want to be empty. God is not going to tell me what happened, what went on, what went, what. No, he gonna say, go on in there, girl, go on in there, go on with everybody else, with your grandmother, with your dad, with your honey, with everybody. I ain't gonna talk to you, honey. You ain't got nothing to tell me. Because you did everything that I told you to do. So we don't really got nothing to talk about. Just go right in there and have a good time. So it's like a club to me, honey. I'm gonna be in the VIP section. You don't have to pay. And you just walk in there like, hey, like, go on in, sis, go on right in. And then the next person behind me was like, hold on, what happened? Why did you do that? Like, oh, but you let her go through because she empty, honey. She empty. So that's what it's to me. Go ahead, Twonta.
And I totally understand where you're coming from on that too, because I had just said about maybe a few hours earlier this evening before I went on live on my other group page that I said I just had to like really cleanse my whole mindset out, because it felt like I was just going all over the place. This was like maybe a couple of days ago, and I felt so like totally out of pocket. I was just feeling like annoyed, irritable, all that stuff. And I was telling my oldest daughter, I said, I'm 52 years old. I just come to realize
look at it past 24.
Girl, I
just like 52.
You're 52.
Come on now. Well, stay right there, Duke. Keep doing what you're doing because you look great.
Girl, but my body be telling me how old I am, I may feel like I'm 28 or 30 or whatever, but child, the body lets you know. And I was just telling that. I was saying, I am 52 years old. I can't be running around here trying to take care of these cats. I mean, my husband blessed my youngest daughter with 2 cats, and they're the sweetest little thing. But I just could not deal with that.
Oh, you the cat lady.
Basically, that's a whole other situation. But I just felt so like annoyed about every little thing. And I said I had a choice to make. Either I was going to allow that type of mindset to trigger something bad and have me to fall into that darkness again and start abusing myself.
Right.
Not them, but abusing myself. By just complaining and getting irritable and not enjoying the rest of the day, or just just say, Lord, I need to be centered with you. That's exactly what I said. I said,
it's
Lord,
okay to just stand in some empty corner in your house and say, God, I don't feel good right now.
Exactly.
It's okay. I want to give up. God, like just surrender all that. You know what I mean? It's okay for you to do that. You don't have to be okay all the time. And that's what I had to realize. Like, just saying, like, listen, I'm just going to tell you my feel. I'm gonna put a voice to what's going on within me now. And that's do that. Yeah.
And that's what I had to do. I had to sit down for a minute before my oldest daughter and I went out. And I just sat down here and I just said, okay, Lord, I need your help, because I feel like I'm going out of place. I feel like I'm going on a roller coaster right now. My emotions is all out of whack right now. And I do not want to fall back into that darkness again. Exactly. So Lord, put me back in focus with you.
Tell them where you don't want to go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's if you don't know where you're going, like, because when you're angry, you don't have no idea what's the outcome, but you telling God where you don't want to go. That right there, he won't allow you to do
because I come to realize that just how much I worked to get to this point. That's why I said don't end what you started. Take that in, ladies. Take it all in. I worked this hard to get where I am now, and I don't want to go back. Because when you fall back into something that you got out, that God delivered you from, it's 10 times worse.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, really that bad. It's 10 times worse, So I come to that point where I say, Lord, just center me back to you. So I won't fall back into that darkness and that mindset and just be all crazy with it and stuff and be irritable and get annoyed and everything. And my oldest daughter, thank God for my oldest daughter, Stephanie, she just gave me a hug. She said, Mom, come here. Let me just hug. Let me just love you. She said, take it easy. Just calm down. And I was just telling her stuff like, well, girl, my unemployment, they acting crazy. I ain't get my unemployment yet, this, that, whatever. She said, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. And then I realized then that God was already answering my prayers.
He already is working on something. Yep.
Come on.
So ladies, it's okay. It's okay when you have one of those moments, talk to God about it.
Exactly.
And
He knows the plan. He knows the plan. Ask him.
Yes.
Recognize.
Yes.
Yes. And make your love last. Continue to make it last. Right.
When things are going good in our lives, we forget to pray. We could forget to be thankful. We forget to appreciate. Just to acknowledge him, whether it's the good things, whether it's the bad things, whether anything that goes on in our life, we got to show that appreciation because he may be turning some things upside down in your life because you forgot who's about him. So that's, very much so important that as women, we have to recognize who our Father is. And maybe that will help us to stop focusing on what people think their opinion is of us and more focus on what God says about us. So I'm always telling myself that, like, what is God saying about me? Like, if God was to, like, my father used to talk about me to everybody, my daughter Leticia, and it's like, it's the same thing for God. Like, if God was in the room somewhere talking about you, what would he say? What would you want him to say?
Right.
You understand? So that's what really needs to be in your mind every single day, despite what any email you get, any negative comment you get or whatever. You got to say, what God is saying about me, because we're all not perfect,
No, we're not.
Right. Day, we're doing more than what we think we're doing, but we just got to remember who's really yeah. Girl, I love this conversation, Twonta. You are always, like I was telling you guys before, Twonta comes up with all these awesome titles. June comes to stop by with us every week. Honey, it's like we just sit. This was awesome. So, Jewel, before we leave, and we'll tell you guys in just a second what the topic's going to be about next week, but tell everybody, how can they connect with you, sis?
On all platforms, Facebook, IG, Twitter, Jewel Kitco.
That's right, that part. And so, Twonta, you want to share the topic for next week?
Yeah. So next week we are going to basically take all what we have learned about us, and and continue on, feeding ourselves. Okay, because we're not done. But we're just gonna take a little shift, but we're gonna continue forward into this because we're building something here, ladies. You gotta understand, we're building something. This is just not. This is not the conversation that we could just sit down with a cup of coffee, or a glass of wine, and just say, and keep it moving. No, we are building something here. So next week, we are going to talk about beautifully balanced. Yes, beautifully balanced. That's what we
wow.
I like that.
Balanced. Yes.
That's a pretty title, girl.
All right, girl.
Yes.
Title, honey. So listen, guys, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope each and every one of you guys got a whole heap of value. Tune in to us every Wednesday and Saturday. Wait. Oh, go ahead.
The drawing.
Oh, sorry.
We all three, girl. We all three.
We owe y'all three. Yes, we owe y'all three. Here's the tea, y'all. And June, you could type in the chat too if you want. So we're going to be doing a special giveaway. We have some merch coming out soon. Some awesome merch. I'm talking about notebooks, planners, t-shirts, pins, underwear. Well, not underwear. You know. We have some merch coming out. So we're going to do a special giveaway. Now, when we do launch the merch, we're going to send you something, part of our merch store, okay? Whether it be a t-shirt, a pin, or whatever. But to participate in our giveaway, the last 3 episodes, I did not announce the giveaway, so I'm going to give y'all 3 tries. We're going to do 3 rounds. We're going to have 3 winners tonight. So to participate, share out the podcast, okay? And type in the chat. Even on, I know on YouTube, it's kind of hard to share, so it's okay. Type in the chat right now, hashtag sister to sister connection right now in the chat. And we're going to do our special giveaway. I'm going to pull up my special wheel. So y'all know I ain't going to be
all
cheap.
them names up in there. Come on.
Let me get all y'all names.
Make sure your name is in there, ladies.
I will.
Come on.
And as soon as you put hashtag sister to sister connection, you got to spell it right. So take your time now.
Come on.
Take your time.
Not to sister, but it's sister to sister.
Sisters to sisters, sister to sister connection. Yes. Type that in.
Diane's got it. All right, Diane.
Come on.
Who am I seeing? All right. Me and I can't paste it. Hold on.
Intellectual. That's Diane, I think. Yeah, that's Diane.
Diane?
Yes, Diane.
Me and Diane. Okay, so I just put Diane in here. Just tell me the names and I'll type it in. Diane.
Yeah, so far we have Diane. Who else? Anybody else? Come on, ladies. We know you in here.
Come on down. Come on down. Hold on, let me pull the wheel up so y'all can see what I'm doing. So I'll be like, is she really putting in my name? Or she like,
I think Kim had to step away. Her baby woke up.
Oh, her baby. Oh, yeah, honey. She got to go handle that chore now.
Let's see. Come on. We got Michelle in here. Who else is in here? Come
Who
on.
else? Hashtag sister to sister connection.
Yes,
come on. Y'all want some free merch, honey?
Come on, Melvina, Michelle. Let's go.
Melvina said, put it in.
Did Melvina say, come on? Come on now.
You got Mel. Okay.
Who else?
I got Diana, Michelle and
Bowman. We got Michelle in there. Yes.
Yep. I got Michelle B.
Okay. I think that's it. It's 3 of them. 3 gifts.
Oh, shoot. No. I spent it too early. Shit.
Kimberly stepped away.
I'm going to add Kimberly's name there anyway.
Yeah, step away for the babies.
Oh, man, I messed up. Hold on. We're going to do another drawing, y'all. I pulled the trigger. Okay. Hold on. I'll do it again. This is fun. All right. So we're going to put Kimberly's name in because she was here. We're going to add Therese.
Yeah.
All right. Who else? Okay, I got Diane.
I don't know. Yeah, Tanya was in here. Tanya Kinghorn.
Got it. So we got Diane, Michelle, Miss Vanna, Kimberly, Therese, and Tanya. Who else? So I can't see the screen, so that's why I'm asking y'all. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me go back.
LaShawn Hackley, she stepped away, but LaShawn Hackley was there.
Yes.
All right. Hold on. We got LaShawn. Let me scroll up. Scroll up.
She came in the beginning.
Okay. And who else we had? LaShawn. Yep, I saw LaShawn. Saw Kimberly. So let me add those 2 ladies. LaShawn. Okay, so we're gonna spin this 3 times. What's up with my wheel? Why is it doing that? Doing something weird. Y'all still see the wheel, right?
I see the wheel. The wheel.
But it looks deformed.
It does.
I don't know why it did that.
It can't handle all the names.
Right,
it can't handle it.
I'm gonna spin it anyway. Okay, first winner is, I'm gonna write this down. Mavana.
Yes, girl.
Okay. So we're gonna remove her name for now. So just to be fair. Now we're gonna spin it again.
Yes. Well, what happened to the rest of the names?
I don't know. Let's see what it do. Diane.
Yeah.
The names are in there, but I think I hit the hidden feature. It's not going to show for the half of it. Yeah. So we got Diane. That's the second one. Now, one more winner, guys. One more. I don't know. Connie, I think the website caught us a virus or something.
Something happened.
Okay. Oh, LaShawn. Michelle! All right. Michelle B, because there's another Michelle I know. Okay. So listen, guys, when the merch is available, we will contact you. Okay. So don't inbox me talking about, I won that 2 weeks ago and I didn't get nothing. The merch is coming soon. We're just marking it early so you guys have something to expect. Okay. So the winners tonight is Lavana. Congrats. Child, I don't know what happened to the will, honey. The will was just like, you can't trust it like a man, honey. We got Diane and we have Michelle. Congrats, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you too much for reminding me, girl. I be forgetting, child. I be forgetting.
Yes.
Yes, thank y'all. Thank y'all. So, as I mentioned, when the merch comes in, we'll reach out to y'all. Don't worry. I'll be writing y'all stuff down. No, Jewel, we got to send you something as well. So, thank you everybody for
And
showing
Therese
up.
won too the first time.
Yep, Therese won the first time.
That's
Yep,
right.
Therese
That's
won that
right.
first
That's
time.
right.
That's right. She was the winner. Yeah.
And
So,
also,
Yep.
I'm sorry, Leticia.
that's good.
Also for the sister to sister tribe, that is our group page that
Yeah.
we have together, Leticia and I. And ladies, if you want to be a part of that phenomenal tribe, please go
Yes.
ahead and request. There are 3 questions that we
Girl,
definitely have set up.
talk about that, girl. Talk about the go ahead,
Yes,
mama.
we have 3 questions that we have set up for you all, and we definitely need for you to answer those questions, okay? And those questions are very easy to answer. There's nothing that's going to cause you to have a panic attack or anything like that. We're not asking
Don't act like
anything
y'all don't see the
personal.
questions either.
Yeah.
Because they come up.
So make sure you answer those questions. And also, let me say this too. Now, this group, this tribe, we had this for a good while. We had this for good several years at least, right? And so this group
Wow.
is totally different than all other groups that you may be affiliated with. We're not a group that we just come on in and just add bodies, and not really, and not anything productive about it. We have this group for a purpose and a reason. We continue what we do here live. We also continue when we on there in the group page. We feed you with knowledge, and we come on live every now and then. I come on, Leticia come on, and we share some information or what have you, when we get the opportunity to do so. And I'm saying this because I just want to make it clear that this is not the group for you to come in to solicitate your business.
Girl, come
Okay,
on.
we gotta get that clear. Okay, we're not the type of group where you come in and start, harassing other members in the group and say, "Oh, would you want to be a part of my team?" Or, "I have my business card and I want to, share this information." Blah 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 blah. Or I'm part of a group, or book club, or whatever it is, and we don't do that. Now, I'm not
No.
saying that we won't support what you do, because we will do that part. If there's somebody that we know out of pocket that says, "Okay, well, I'm really into counseling and I need someone to help me, but well, I know a sister in the group that I'm part of that I can, connect you two together." You see what I'm saying? So
For
we will
sure.
support you that way, versus you coming in the group and, you go ahead and start marketing, start shopping, that
Yes,
kind of thing.
exactly.
That is not the type of group that we are. And Leticia and I, we definitely go ahead and we read the questions, the answers, and everything, and we determine from there to, invite you in the group and whatnot. This group is growing, and we are so super duper excited about what we have in store for this group. Leticia and I have been talking constantly about the ideas that we
All the
want to bring into the group. We have something coming up very, very soon. Once we, if I'm not mistaken, once we come back from our little, our little break or what have you. Oh, wonderful, Michelle. Okay, sorry. Yeah. And I really hope that this group will be so much different than all the other groups that we were a part of or we currently a part of. And we really want this group to stand out, because it is a movement, guys. It is a movement. We are here to sharpen each other, to applaud each other, to support each other, to pray for each other, right? And be positive, to be positive. Even if we don't come on live, our goal is to make it as friendly and as special as possible by, implementing some positive declarations or what have you, those kind of things, right?
Yes,
But
absolutely.
definitely, make sure, if you want to be a part of this group, please answer the questions. And Leticia and I will go ahead on and we will move forward into accepting you into the tribe.
That's right. And more importantly, like what Twonta was definitely alluding to, and she explained it so perfectly. Our community is not a networking community, and it's a thin line. Like her and I was talking last night about that. Like it's a thin line from it being a movement, a tribe, a community to now a network group where everybody's dropping their links and people are saying, I want my business to be supported and things like that. That's not what the community is. It's a fellowship group. It's an empowerment group. It's a whole full-on movement. You're going to get way more value from being in the group and participating and being a support system for people versus just dropping your link of whatever it is that you're offering, right? It's about building relationships, building connections beyond your business, beyond whatever's going on in your life, and just getting some problem solved. So you may go in there and feel like being the fact that it's a safe space and it's a private space, Twonta and I talk about a lot of hard topics in there. We talk about our marriage. We talk about motherhood, different things. And so if you ever hop in and say, listen, I'm going through this issue with my partner, with my kids, I really need somebody to just pray for me, just pray over me. And we'll do that. We'll go on a Zoom. We'll do whatever, to help you. So that's really what it is. It's like, wherever you're going on in life, that group is going to be your battery. It's going to get you charged back up so you get out there into the world like an Energizer bunny. Is like, dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? You ever seen those commercials? Like that's the whole meaning behind it. So, thank you, Twonta, for
Yeah. And also one more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing. I just remembered. Also, ladies, if you do have something that you do want to share in the group, we the administrators, we will go ahead and view it first.
Yes.
Okay. It's not going to automatically go in the group page. When you go ahead and request that information, Leticia and I, we will look at it to see if it's okay. And then we will go ahead and present it into the group. So if you want to do something like that, that could be of help for other people in the group. If you want some information based on what we talked about live or what have you, then 100%. We will go ahead and, take that under consideration. And then from there, we could go ahead and add it in the group if it is of value. Okay.
Yeah. And another thing is that, I was going to say one more thing about, totally forgot. It slipped my mind. Okay, we welcome all. Okay, we do welcome all.
Yes.
But our target audience is women of color. But we do welcome all. But again, our target audience is women of color. I just want to make that clear. Okay, so thank you guys so much for hopping on and joining. We're going to be back on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching right now, head on over, hit that thumbs up button and like the video because we showed up here for almost 90 minutes and also did a giveaway. So make sure you like the video and maybe like screenshot the screen and tell everybody how awesome this show is, and they should
share
as well. Okay, let's keep this momentum going and make the love last forever. Yes. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and don't forget, love on your sister. Bye, guys.